Now, if you are into laser engraving and you have a side hustle, and let's say you're doing it in your home, in an apartment, where you don't have access to windows where you can vent out the stuff that's being engraved, or you do have a dedicated space and maybe you do have a window, but you wish you had something that was more powerful, faster, smarter to extract fumes from that which is being engraved. Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you a new announcement from Xtool that actually highlights their Safety Pro line that basically has a filtration system that is absolutely incredible. And if for those of you who work in marketplaces or are in an apartment building and you don't have a window that you can extract to, this is going to be a must-have product because the filters themselves last 10 times longer than traditional filters. It's a pretty cool system, and guess what? We've been checking it out. And if you are into inline, where you're able to exhaust the actual smoke and anything that's being engraved outdoor, and you want something that's faster, quieter, and more powerful, they got something for you too. Let me give you a sample. This is a Y splitter that I use to connect two of my lasers. Look at how big, this is how big the actual extractor is. That's pretty massive. Let me show you this. This is the new one. Let me put them side by side. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. And you would think that if you go something this big to something this big, that you would lose power. Not at all. It's actually more powerful. Like, I think it's 5 to 6 times more powerful. So you'll want to watch this video and check out the actual product. I have links to it. You'll want to see the savings because you can save mega bucks. And I'm telling you, if you are into laser engraving and you want to be able to have lasering on the go, or depending on your office situation or home situation for your engraving place, you'll want to check these out. Almost forgot, if you're interested in a splitter like this or like this, make sure you check out the description below. I'll have some links to where you can get them. And by the way, those links are going to include fixtures, also known as jigs, for almost 300 jigs that you can use to engrave your products no matter what laser you have. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now today, Xtool launched a new Safety Series product line that really transforms the way you use your lasers. And it's really set to support two specific, I would say, life choices or situations that you may have. If you don't have the ability to connect your laser to an outside source to vent out the fumes, the gases, the things that are happening as you're engraving, then you have one option, and that's going to be the Safety Pro IF2 inline fan. And the second option is if you don't have a way to vent things out, but like to keep your environment safe, and you want to be able to get all those gases trapped and not, I would say, externalized to your home, then you want to look at the air purifier too. Now, if you tend to work in a marketplace where you take your laser with you, this is going to be a great solution for you as well. And actually for me, this is the game changer, is as I'm out of my home, if I'm at a marketplace, having something like this really changes the way you can use your lasers. Now, just because this product is being I would say provided by Xtool doesn't mean that this doesn't work with other lasers either. I've been using this with several different products, with fiber lasers, CO2 lasers, other products that are not Xtool. The laser itself, though, the actual air purifier and inline solutions do have some additional features that if you are a Xtool, let's say, user, actually extend the utility of the actual solutions as well. So they both are smart, and you can see that in a second, and they connect to the actual lasers themselves, and they auto on, auto off, and they also set their own power levels based on what's being engraved and how the Xtool software works. So that's the added benefit. But if you want to use this on a fiber, I use this on my 3D printers when I'm running some high smelling material, and it works incredibly well. So let's take a look at some of the things that they're talking about. So right now, there's a great opportunity for you to get this for $1. You'll get a $550 voucher. That's spectacular, right? So you're talking about $449 for this unit here, and then you are getting $50 off for this unit here for $129. Now, let me scroll down and see a couple things. So here's what it looks like. It actually looks like a mini PC. It looks like a tower, and it actually has a series of filters in here. And let's face it, the hardest part of having a filter system is the cost of the filters. Well, it has this super cyclone feature that basically is going to capture the majority of the contaminants And what it does is, because it's capturing the majority of the contaminants, your filters, the life of your filters, that extended 10 times. It's crazy. And what I love about this is that you can wash this, right? So this is going to capture most of the, again, the particulates, the nasty stuff that could be getting back into your home, and it's going to prevent clogging. All that stuff is happening here. You can wash this off. So I love that feature, and I've been using it, and it's been working really well. Then what you have is layers. You have multiple layers. So you have medical grade carbon mesh that's basically going to capture and kill all of the odors, so you won't smell things, especially if you start dealing with, let's say, like leathers and acrylic. It gets smelly, right? And even if you're dealing with plastics, it gets smelly. So this is what the filtration system looks like. And when I saw this, I was blown away when I unboxed this. Super Cyclone filter at the very top, and this is the washable piece. You have this pre-filter, right, which is going to capture 90%. You're going to see 100%, 90%, 100%, 90%, 80%. And each one of these layers really reduces, if not eliminates, any kind of odor that could be generated because of engraving. So you have the Super Cyclone, you have the pre-filter, and then you have this other filter, which is 95%, active carbon filter, 88%, right? So whatever doesn't get caught by these gets caught by this guy. You also have this ultra dense carbon mesh, 97.97 absorbs the odors. Over here you have another one, 99.97 filtration. So each one of these are stackable, and what they'll do is you can, once again, you can replace one or the other depending on the usage and where it's at. So this is what we're talking about. Dust free, 99.97 dust free. Love this. Odor free. Look at the odor numbers, are spectacular. And the second piece, so again, going back to this is something that I would highly recommend, regardless of the laser that you have, regardless if you have a 3D printer, if you're trying to capture this and you're in an apartment, don't have the space, you don't have a dedicated room for laser engraving, or even if you have a dedicated room, but you don't have windows, this is a good thing to have. Safety first, guys. So the other thing is this solution here, and this blew me away also. The other one is big and impressive. This is tiny and powerful. Kind of like they're both Goliaths, but in different ways. One is Goliath and one is David, maybe. Maybe it's not the right example. But anyways, you get what I'm talking about. This is super tiny. So here, this is a fume extractor. Works on any kind of device as well. And even though it's small, and typically what you look at is that the larger the outlet, the more power you basically get. You're going to be able to push more through it. But this thing defies science, right? Look at the actual power. How many RPMs? 14,000 RPMs, sucking in, and yes, that was me giving you special effects, all the way up to 1,300 PA. Just, it's pretty powerful. So ultra speed with 2 blades, right? It's going to give you that 14,000 RPM. 200% exhaust efficiency, right? Then you have an upgraded motors, 1,300, 300% more suction power. And it is tiny. I have this big boy here. I do have this, and this is just 4 inches tall. And what we've done is we've created a whole bunch of different splitters and things like that, because I have more than one laser. And so I can connect this to my F1, to my F1 Ultra, to my M2, to all different type of devices if I want to be able to have multiple devices connected, which I do. And but it also has smart features. So if you basically connect it to one device and you're using the Bluetooth capability, basically what this is going to do is going to auto on, auto off. There's some really cool features that are there. So take advantage of being able to get this now. This is really going to be a great opportunity for those of you who are looking to save big and are also looking to be able to get something like this that you can use in your home, in your shed, in your she shed, in your whatever place you're working with. You'll be able to get this. And then again, both of these solutions are going to fit 2 different situations based on what you have in your place of laser engraving.